So, coming into recovery, we deal with a lot of versatility. Versatility is when we change one thing to another, right? So, we're changing now, right? We're changing a lot of things. And sometimes, guilt, feeling guilty is one of the emotions that we have to struggle with, right? We struggle with guilt. So, let me define guilt. Guilt means that it's the fact of having committed a specified or an implied offense or a crime. So we already know, hey, we did it, we did it. It's our guilt to deal with, right? So we're changing that. We're versatile within that guilt to change it to not one of our emotions, but one of our ways of living with that emotion, right? Because I'm sure that we all have trauma, complex trauma, because of our addictions, because of whatever has happened in the past and stuff. So we have to deal with that, and dealing with guilt is really difficult, right? It's really difficult. So let me tell you, guilt itself leaves a stigma. So a stigma is basically a mark of disgrace, right? It's a mark of disgrace. So this is basically a lot of regret, a lot of regret. So you feel sad, you can't repent, or you repent and you feel disappointed, or something has happened where you have missed like an opportunity. So we have to give that certain particular circumstance a humanistic approach, right? So we have to be versatile, and we change that guilt into, what, our thoughts are going to change into something positive, our actions positive, our words are going to be positive. We're not going to dwell on whatever happened in the past. We're versatile. We change that, right? We're giving it a humanistic approach. We don't dwell in that. Being versatile means that you have the power yourself from one thing to another. You change that. And in the natural world itself, it means it's basically like humor, like humor. It becomes humorous. But, I know sometimes things are really serious within us, and we can't go up into that level of, being that humanistic. But we know for a fact that, hey, you know what? Things change. Things change